Welcome everyone to the 100K YouTube e-commerce masterclass. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how you can go away today and set up a profitable e-commerce business that will not only make you money, but will make your first £100,000 in e-commerce every single month. Stay to the end of this video because I'm not only going to be showing you what to do, I'm going to be building it with you. I'm going to live right now show you how I would find a winning product. I've not prepared anything. We're just going to go in blind here. I'm going to show you exactly how to find a product, not only how to find a product, how to build a website. We're going to build a homepage and a product page together, and also set up an ad campaign. And I'm also going to show you exactly what fulfillment business I would use to fulfill all of your orders. Stay tuned. We're about to get right into it. Let's just get straight through the nitty gritty and show you exactly step by step how you can go and implement this. This isn't a short get rich quick scheme. This is an actual in-depth step-by-step guide how you can go and build your store right now. So I suggest you stick around and watch this video in depth, make lots of notes and action every single step of the way. So let's get right into it. First things first, we're going to go over to Winning Hunter. Now you can get a free trial with Winning Hunter. You can actually get 2 searches per day. I've actually got the paid version. There are 3 different models. You only need the basic if you want to get the basic. You're looking at anywhere between $30 and $40 a month. It's worth its weight in gold. So first off, we're going to go into Winning Hunter and we're going to look for a product. Now, every single product that you sell, to get results fast, you either want to look for an existing demand, which Winning Hunter will show you, and to be able to position it in a way that it solves a problem. During Q4, it's easier to sell products, but now you actually want to sell something that you can position to make money. It doesn't even matter about the product. It matters more about the angle that you can use to position it for the problem that it solves. So I'm going to go ahead and use United States of America. USA just has a lot more data strategically on customers opposed to the UK. Obviously, I'm in the UK. I sell in UK, Canada, and Australia, but we're going to use USA just for this tutorial. I'm going to do English. Now, I like to sort by the ad spend, just so we can see who's spending the most amount of money. Now, Winning Hunter's got an amazing little feature here where it's scaling. So you can either do upscaling or downscaling. Basically, what that is are they increasing the ad budget, which is basically upscaling their ads. Obviously, the law of average is if they're increasing the amount of money that they're spending on ads, they're going to be making more money. So I like to select upscaling only. Media type, you can leave blank. Page type, you can leave blank. All of these bits, you can leave blank. Now, I know for a fact that women statistically spend more than men. So I'm actually going to go for the women's niche just for this example. Now, I've made over $1 million in the last year just from selling stuff to women. So in my opinion, it's probably one of the best niche to go into. Oh, sorry, I've just reset this. So we just need to go back and do this again. Don't click on any of these here, guys, because you want to be able to control the actual settings. So by clicking on one of these, it's not going to help you at all. It's just going to give the AI what the AI wants. And really you want to tell the AI what you want to see. Now you want to do the ad creation date within the last 90 days because like I said, you want to tap into something that's already selling. You want to tap into an existing demand. And what you don't want to do is start selling something that is being sold over a year ago because it'd be too saturated. You definitely won't be able to start making 100K a month quick doing that.
If your nose looks like this, stop doing this. Think scrubbing, squeezing, or using pore strips will get rid of those dark nose dots. It's actually one of the fastest ways to make your pores look bigger and your skin more sensitive. Those dots aren't blackheads, they're sebaceous filaments. They're just tiny oil channels your skin refills every day. Trying to rip them out or overclean only makes them more visible and can even lead to breakouts. That's why I switched to Korean hydrocolloid.
Yeah, I wouldn't use them. They're too low value, even though it does solve a problem.
It's not dirt.
This here's a branded product.
If your nose looks like this,
although this company looks like it's
those dark dots. You've tried squeezing your.
This brand does look like it's crushing it right now because look, all of these nose patches from that same brand. They're spending a lot of dough.
Going up.
That's not that you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stretch them and stick them.
High Smile, very well known brand.
Oh no, it's all tangled. Just kidding.
That's right. See this reveal. Do you see this? And do you
Okay,
see
this looks like it solves a problem.
Just wait.
So, I mean, this looks pretty good, this.
For the hooded eyes, you just take it over.
Yesterday it's done 4.9k. It's been
The eye-
running for only 1 month. Looks like we could probably get that for a low
Drain
value.
up
Definitely drop shipping.
to the forehead.
And
You
how
see
do I know
that?
it's drop
Just
shipping?
pull it.
I've seen it on TikTok before.
For
But
your
purely going
face,
on statistics,
under
this
eye
looks like a
puffiness,
good one so far. What's this one over here? 7k yesterday.
I get weird looks trimming at the beach, but the PCOS girlies get.
Okay, this also looks like a really good one as well.
It's completely nick-proof,
I mean, look, this goes to show like how bad people are at drop shipping, because even here they're running an ad where the woman says, "I bought this off TikTok Shop."
All of my weird looks trimming at the beach, but the PCOS girlies get. I bought this electric trimmer off TikTok Shop.
It's like, why would you even do that? Surely you just crop that bit out. So this is your competition, guys. It's not very good. This one looks actually better than the other one. So do you know what? It also solves a problem.
I get weird looks trimming at the beach, but the PCOS girlies get. I bought this electric trimmer off TikTok Shop, and it actually works. It's completely nick-proof, so I use it on.
So it's nick-proof, and it can actually be positioned in a way to solve a problem. Let's take a look at the website. Quite clean, nothing really complicated or special about it, in all fairness, but it is a good website. I'm not saying it's bad. It could be 100 times better because it does look very dropshipping-y. These are definitely videos that they've just repurposed from TikTok. Look, positioning it to solve a problem, like I just said. You know, removing razor burns. You know, invoking an emotional response in women before and after. Creating a lot of trust by using magazine logos. And it's very clean. Like, it's overall quite basic. But they're obviously making a lot of cash doing what they're doing. I mean, let's check their ads library. They're running 200 ads, so they're definitely making money. Well, okay, I'm going to actually choose this product. Now, what I'm going to do is... Do they only have pink? I'm just checking the different colors here. Perfect. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to So what I'm doing here, guys, is these guys have done a lot of the hard work for me. Now, essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repurpose all of their content and I'm going to put it on my own store. This is just a really quick way to start testing. And this is how you'll be able to tell straight out of the gate whether the product is worth it or not. And what we're going to quickly do is we're going to go over to Canva. And we're just going to template them all just to make sure they're all good. Just going to upload all of these images. And we just want to make sure that they're all the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the reason why you want to do this is because you want everything to look professional on the website. You don't want all of the images to look like they're different sizes, because when you're building the website, the number one thing is to convey trust. And if you cannot convey trust, then people won't buy from you. And trust doesn't always come from the amount of ads you're running or the amount of awareness, but it can come through branding. Now, branding is really, really important because essentially someone will know within the first 3 seconds whether they want to buy from you or not. And if there's any element where colors are off or wording doesn't make sense or things are cut off of pictures and it just doesn't look great, then you're going to struggle to get customers. And essentially what you'll be doing is the ads will be working, but you'll think the ads are not working because you're not getting sales. But really it's the fact that your website is not optimized. And because your website is not optimized, you'll be paying for traffic to come to your page, but then people will just bounce. 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 8. And that's the most important thing. You know, I always say all of the time that websites are probably more important than a product, because at the end of the day, you can have a half good website, half good ad strategy. But if people are clicking on the ads and the website is good, then people will convert and you'll get the sales that you need. Now, what we're going to use is we're going to use a tool called Atlas. Atlas is an AI website store builder. It's incredible. We've already got the competitor to take all of the information from. So let's go to the actual product page because it's going to build it from the product page. So let's go to the product page, which is here. Amazing. Now this is it here, the direct ad. Right, this is exactly here. So we've gone over to Shopify. Shopify is where we build these brands, and you can get a free trial on Shopify. It works out approximately £1 per month for 3 months, which is just amazing value. Now, what you do is you go over to the App Store and you download something called Atlas AI Store Builder, and we'll build a store instantly. You want to go ahead and click custom website, and then you want to copy and paste the link of a competitor here. Now, what I would suggest you do is find the best competitor that you can online. Now, we've just used Winning Hunter, so we found a very good competitor because they're already spending money. Now, if you wasn't to use Winning Hunter to find your product, say you found it on TikTok or say you found it another way, then essentially you would have to reverse image search, take a screenshot of the product, reverse search it through Google, which is Google's Gemini, find a competitor, find a good one. A good one, what is a good one? Good one is one with higher quality product images, someone that is running ads. That essentially concludes a good competitor within the space. And why do you want to do that? Because Atlas is going to pull all of that information. It's going to pull all of that information from the competitor, the copy, the images, the quality of the videos, and then it's going to use it to build a high converting website. So let's go ahead and copy this. Go straight into Atlas. Bang. Proceed. And as you can see, Atlas is crafting our premium page as we speak.
A few moments later.
Great. Now what Atlas has done is it's created the pages for us. But what we need to do is we need to feed it more images. Now, the more images you feed it, the better it will be creating the product page. And it typically needs a minimum of 4 product images anyway. So I took a screenshot from the competitor of those images anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add them all in there now. And then I'm going to click continue. And here we go. Look, it's made the page for us. Now look at the quality of this. Instantaneously, it's built us this website. And all from this point here, we can control the coloring. So we can follow suit of the coloring straight away. Now, I would spend some time. Every single time you create a website, you need 3 colors, 2 primary, 1 secondary. The primary could be black and white. The primary could be black and gold. 2 primary colors, and then a third color would be a secondary color. So the secondary color could be, for example, this colors here. It could be the add to cart section. It could be a purchase button. It could be a CTA. It's just peppered throughout the website, but is a secondary color. It doesn't over dominate the 2 primary colors. Don't overthink it. Test different colors. Colors to stay away from are red and yellow because they're more warning colors. But good colors to stick with depending on brand. Like for example, this is a women's razor and the color of it, I'm going for a more pink apricot khaki sort of vibe. Whereby if you were selling, for example, a men's product, you wouldn't go with that color. So you'd probably go with a blue, which is more of a trusting, or a green or a dark gold or an orange. So play around with the colors. It really does depend on your personal preference when it comes to this. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this color here, and then we're going to click continue. Now look, it's going to ask you for which do you want to do. We're going to go with the starter plan, which is just $49 a month. I'm going to go ahead and click approve. And now what it's going to do is going to import the AI website builder. Now the page has been successfully created by Atlas. We've now imported it directly into our store. As you can see here, page import is successful. Now let's go to view our store. Amazing, guys. So this is our store. As you can see, Atlas has done a fantastic job. And not only has it done a fantastic job, it's saved us so much time. Now look, this is just a product page, but also it would have created a home page as well. So if we go to the home page, oh, hang on. Now, as you can see, Atlas has just created our website and the page has just been imported successfully. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to view our store so we can see the product page that Atlas has just created for us. So let's go ahead and click view store. Now, not only has Atlas created a high-end page, it's just saved us so much time. Now look, it's created every single section here. You will have to go through and change certain parts. But as you can see here, this is just phenomenal. This allows you to build high converting websites so fast. And within ecom, it's about who's quickest to market, who is positioning the product in the best way, but of course, who is quickest to market. Now, what you would need to do is go through and change every single one of these sections to make sure that they're all on brand, because it won't complete every single section for you. Like for example, you'll need to fill out the review section here. You'll need to come down here and check all of the copywriting. As you can see here, it's cut off this bit of image here. So I would recommend that you go and replace that section. It's put the scrolling logos here. Go find some magazines and actually input those logos within here so it looks on brand. You may not want to complete this whole page because it is pretty long. You might want to come through and delete certain bits. So for example, like this section here has been repeated already. So you might want to just delete this section. It's fine. Not everyone is going to go through a product page that is that long anyway. But just make sure you go through, like for example here, a text review talking about the products, talking about the experience with the product. We need to fill out that. So there are lots of bits in here that you still need to complete. But people, remember, we have just created this in less than 5 minutes. We found the product in 5 minutes on Winning Hunter. So all in all, we've spent about 10 minutes getting to this stage, which you could never do back in the day. Once you've completed this product page, you then need to set up your ad strategy. Now remember, when you set up the ad strategy, you need to make the website go live. Once the website is live, you would copy the URL from that website and you would then take it into your ad strategy. Make sure when you come into your ad account, you're actually setting up the pixel. The pixel is very important. There are tons of tutorials online that you can use to actually go set up a Facebook Meta Pixel. Now, once you've built your product page and the product page is finished and you've checked it, making sure that it does not only convert for sales, but also conveys a lot of trust. Now you want to come into Meta. Once you've come into Meta, you want to go ahead and click create. Then you want to go ahead and click Sales Campaign. Once you click Sales Campaign, just for good housekeeping, I always name it the date that I've actually started the campaign. So I'll go ahead and click 20th of March, which is today. Then I'll put Creative Testing Campaign. And I'll call it the 2-in-1 shaver because that's what we're testing. I'd copy that because that is what we will be calling the ad set as well. You want to turn off Advantage Catalog ads because we're not running a catalog ad. I also want to do ad set budget. Do we want to share some of the budget with other ad sets? No, we don't, because we're only going to run one ad set for now. Then we want to go ahead to the ad set level. Fantastic. You want to make sure that the pixel is set up and you want to select it to purchase. Now, this is an ad account specifically for the Founders Club, which is my service-based business, but I'm just showing you how to set up these ads just so you know exactly step-by-step how we set these ads up. So there's no change here, but that is why you cannot see any recent purchases. Now, once you've set that up and you're doing website, sometimes it may come up and do website and ad. Sometimes it may come up and do website and app or website and calls, but you just want website. You want it to be single and it to be website. You want to maximize the number of conversions and you want the data set to be whatever you set the pixel up to be, and you want the conversion event to be purchase. You always want to optimize for purchase. I see so many people making a mistake optimizing for add to cart. Why do you want to optimize for add to cart? You want to optimize for people to buy, not people to add to cart, because tons of people abandon checkout. £20 a day is how you want to start it, or $20 a day, depending on what country you're in. Now, the location I'm just going to have as the UK, and I'm going to keep everything else broad. Make sure you keep everything broad, people. Everything else stays the exact same. Then we want to come down to the ads. Now, you want to do each ad starting with today's date as general housekeeping, as I've just said. When you come to the ad level, every single ad name needs to be named the date that you are starting it, because it's good housekeeping. When you are running multiple ad campaigns, you will not be able to know, when did I start this ad? When did I start this video? So it's very important that you take the time to just name the ad or the video what the date is. It's not difficult, so make sure you do that. You want to make sure that the Facebook page and everything is also set up. You want to make sure the Instagram is set up, and you want to make sure that these are all linked. These are things that you can easily find online. You do not need me to do this. If you do, then you should go watch some tutorials on YouTube. This is a high-end video showing you exactly how you can make 100K. Now, when you get to this section, you want multi-advertiser ads turned on. Now, back in the day, you used to turn this off. Now, the reason you used to turn this off is because when you used to drop ship, you didn't want to be put alongside other people selling the exact same product as you, essentially positioning you next to competitors. But now Meta's AI Andromeda will essentially use the audience segment of your competitor and learn faster by positioning you against the competitor. So you want to turn it on. Make sure the website destination is website, and the website URL needs to be the product page URL. It must be the product page. Do not send it to the home page. If you want conversions, then you send it directly to the product page. You do not want to send it anywhere else. If you send it anywhere else, your conversions will be shot to bits. You will not make any money. It's very important that the website URL is the product page. Then when you get down to this section, you want to set up ad creatives. Now you're probably thinking, well, I don't have any creatives. Well, what we're about to do now is we're about to go into Gemini, and we're about to use Nano Banana to generate 5 ads to start this campaign. Now, to create these high performing ads, what we do is we use Google Gemini, and within Google Gemini, you have something called Nano Banana. Now, Nano Banana is by far one of the best AI image creation tools within the market. Now, to get access to Nano Banana, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can use Artlist, you can use Lovable. These are white labeling platforms that have multiple AI softwares within inside their platform. Now, I use Google's Gemini because I have a pro Gmail account. Now, a pro Gmail account is going to be a lot cheaper than actually paying for one of these other subscriptions. So I recommend you go and buy a pro Gmail account, which will serve you right anyway, because you're going to be using that for a business email. Now, word of advice, when you're using Nano Banana, do not give it some massive 2 essay script prompt to create an image for you because it'll be too complicated and it won't be able to give you the result that you need. What you want to do is slowly build up the prompts to get what you want from the AI. So look, at the start, we took a screen grab of the product in itself. As you can see, this is an image which we've taken from the competitor, and I've put very simply, create me a high-end ad for this 2-in-1 razor that saves your skin, gives you the bikini line, anti-cut, anti-rash, and a summer must-have for women. Use pain points as the driving factor in the copy, and the high-end goal is to stop the scroll and invoke an emotional response within the customer so they click on the ad and purchase. Very, very straightforward, very straight to the point. Now look, what a fantastic ad this is just created within minutes, guys. Now, I will tell you, every single time you create an image ad with Gemini, you will need to upload it into Canva to remove this little AI generated logo. To remove this AI generated logo that Gemini always creates every single time it creates an image. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of that. But if you go into Canva, upload it into Canva, essentially upload it into the right placement, 1080 by 1080. And what you can do is you can go on the magic eraser section and you'll be able to quickly just click that and it will remove it. So here's one that's created. Great, I've saved that. On to the next one. Give me a different variation of before and after shaving rash. Great little pain point. As you can see, it's just generated this, which is just fantastic. The next one, give me another variant of a bikini line hook ad. Tired of missed spots. I mean, guys, look how crazy this is. There's never been a point in time where you'll be able to generate such high quality images. I mean, it would take hours to create something like this on Canva, and we've created this in minutes. The next one, give me another variant with the pain point being to save your sensitive skin. Now, here's another one. And as you can see, I've continued to give prompts. It's continued to give me really high-end ads. And at the end, I wanted to do a more controversial ad between traditional shaving and normal shaving. And all I've done is re-upload the image and said, now use this razor as a versus normal shaving for an ad. And here we go. Look how high-end this is. 30-day money-back guarantee, giving an offer, create some more bottom of funnel ad for conversion. And I've saved all of these. Now I've saved all of this, we're gonna move back into Meta and we're gonna set up the ad campaign that is gonna print you 100K per month. Now, I'm gonna go into Meta, upload the ad, and here are the ads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, oh, there's actually 6 here. So let's just pick 5. Great, so let's just upload one just for the sake of it. Now, like I said to you, you will need to upload this into Canva first, and you'll essentially need to get rid of the little Gemini logo here in the corner to show that it's AI, because people will notice that. Now look, we've got all of these different placements in here, which, as you can see, it's cutting off most of the images. Now, all you need to do is go back to Gemini, and then you just say to Gemini, give it to me within this format. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Nano Banana again, and we're going to essentially prompt it. Now, I've been doing this in the background. Now, as you can see, look, now recreate this image in a 9:16 dimension. And as you can see, it's recreated this ad within the dimension that we need. Then I've said to it, now recreate this for me within a 1:91:1 format, as per this one here. And it's recreated the image again. There has been never another time in this world that you can recreate ads at will like that using AI, especially to this precision. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upload these two that I've just created. Here's one, here's the other one. We're going to upload these into the ad account. Once they've been uploaded, we want to go ahead and click select, click back. Now, look, you obviously want to spend a little bit more time. I'm actually moving through this with a lot of speed right now, just to show you what is possible, but you want to spend a little bit more time with the copy. Perhaps you might want to change things so it's more direct. I would also recommend that you actually spend some time going through the comments to actually see what is the biggest problem that it solves, who is actually buying, who is the ideal customer profile, and just to see what is most commonly said within the comment section to actually give you the answers that you need on the data for the problem that your product is actually solving. And that's going to be the difference between beating the competition in the market. Now, once we've replaced all of these, We're then going to go into the text section, and then we're going to cover some of the copywriting angles. So like I said, make sure you crop everything. Now look, all of these placements are now in place. We'll go ahead and click next. Now the primary text is your main embodiment within the section that you're actually going to have on the ads. Then you're going to have the headline. I tend to not use the description, although you can use it if you choose to. So the headline, what is the main angle that we want to position this for? And I would say, for example, within this, you want to use the biggest pain point. What is the biggest pain point that your product is currently solving? For the sake of this video, let's just do it versus normal shaving, and let's say it's never cut yourself again. Put a little emoji in there. Now, what would the primary text be? Now, you can use AI to help you with this. You can use ChatGPT or Claude, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to type some myself. Right, so this is something that I would do. And like I said, I would spend a bit of time on this to make sure you're actually catering to the customers that you're selling to. Now, you can use a couple of these variations here, but just for the sake of this video, this is more than good enough. Now, at the start, we're testing the creative. We are not testing the copywriting. You want to control the variables. And later on, when we get through the enhancements, and we're going to also speak about that. But right now, all we are doing is testing the creatives. We're going to let the creatives do the audience segmentation for us. We're going to let the creatives do the audience segmentating for us. So we're going to keep it broad targeting. We're going to use one type of copywriting, and we're going to let the actual ad creatives target the different type of audiences and pain points for us. That's why I've created different type of ads. Now, once you've done this, you want to go ahead, make sure you always have the call to action to shop now. Once you've done this, you want to go ahead and click next. Now it's going to bring up image generation. You can use this if you want, but for the sake of this video, I'm not. A lot of the time, the image generation is pretty poor, although Meta has been getting better with this enhancement that they currently have. So let's go ahead and click next. Enhancements. Now, 99% of these, you want to turn them off. Meta has a habit of turning on these enhancements, and the reason Meta does this is because it wants to use you as a guinea pig. If it was that good, it wouldn't even tell you to put it on and give you the option. It would just automatically be on, like most of the time Advantage Plus Sales Campaign is. You actually have to turn that off. Most of these are off because they're not good. So I would turn most of these off. There are some that I would keep on, and we can just go through and see that. Visual touch-ups, turn off. Music, turn off. 99% of the time, the music is terrible. It will have some sort of heavy metal rock that is not even relevant to your brand, to turn that off. Animation can sometimes be good, so I'll leave that on. Flex media, definitely turn that off. Do not have that on. Then you want to go ahead and click next. Translation, you want to just ignore that. Go ahead and click done. Now, we've just created our ad. As you can see here, it's been created. Now, once the ad has been created, you want to make sure carousel and collection is turned off. You can test these different if you want, but like I said at the start, I would recommend that you leave all enhancements off, because you want to be able to control the amount of variation that is within the ad account. Now, once that is all done, you want to go ahead and double check the enhancements, because like I said to you, Meta has a way of turning these enhancements on even though you don't want them on. So let's go ahead and click edit. This is really important that you do this step, guys. Animation, that's fine. We had that on, but look, we've got the enhanced CTA. Why do I want the enhanced CTA on? Because it's blocking my copy. So go ahead and turn that off. This one is okay. Will apply subtle color tweaks when likely to improve performance. That's fine. Relevant comments, that's fine. So relevant comments, adjust brightness, that's fine to stay on. Go ahead and click save. Now we've double checked that. Perfect. We want to go down here and check that the pixel is working. Yes, the pixel is working. Now, that is how you set up the whole entire ad. You want to make sure you do one ad first before you set up the other ads, because otherwise you'll have to create the headline again, do all the enhancements again, and do the ad copywriting again. So once you're happy with one ad and one ad is complete, so you want to click these three dots up here and you want to go ahead and click duplicate. You want to go ahead and select 4 because we're running 5 within this ABO testing campaign. Then you want to hit duplicate again. Once you've hit duplicate, you want to go ahead in here and, like I said, make sure you name every single ad so we can see exactly what is going on within the ad account. And trust me, this will save you a ton of headache later on down the line when you are running hundreds of ads. Trust me, I've been there and I've done it and it's a pain. So once you've done this, essentially you want to go back through and you want to delete every single bit of media, because we just want to go ahead and replace every single creative with the other creatives and repeat the process like you've just done. So once you've done that, you want to go ahead and then add all of the new creatives in, just as we did previously before. Now you're obviously going to go ahead and add vertical and horizontal to every single one of these to make sure that it's all done. But for the sake of this video, let's just click next on all of them. Right, remember people, I'm going back to this. You will crop every single one of these and remake every placement. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to click next so I can show you the publishing stage. Right, this is what you would like to see. Every single placement is done. Now you need to repeat this every single time, going back to Nano Banana like I showed you earlier on in the video. Now, once you've completed all that, your ad campaign is set up, ready to go. So I'm going to give you the full rundown of the next 3 days within this strategy without even launching. So you want to make sure you set the columns up properly, just like I have here. Clicks. Now the ad campaign is set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through what the next 3 days would look like before even actually setting up this ad campaign, and actually going ahead of time to show you what to do. Now, when you set up your ad and you click publish, you want to run something called the 3-day rule. In the 3-day rule, you want to have 3 columns: clicks, open brackets, all, close brackets, add to carts, and purchases. Now, those are the 3 columns you're going to look at for the first 3 days. And essentially, once you click publish, after 24 hours, you want to pause every single ad that hasn't had a click. After 48 hours, you want to pause every single ad that hasn't had an add to cart. After 72 hours, you want to click and pause every single ad that hasn't had a purchase. The ones that have passed those 72 hours, you leave and you run and you monitor the performance via the ROAS to make sure that it is profitable. You will need to work out your break-even ROAS on every single product that you run. Essentially, you would work out what your cost is, and you would essentially work out what you are selling it at. And then from those 2 metrics, you would then be able to work out what your break-even ROAS is. If you struggle with the math, use ChatGPT or AI to essentially work out what it is for you. You can just say, this is my cost, this is my sale price, I am on the basic package for Shopify, or the pro package, whatever it may be, the growth package, and then it will give you what your break-even ROAS is. That is the one metric that you will track to see if you are profitable or not. Now, once you've gone through that 72 hours and you've got the winning ads that have stayed, you would then duplicate each ad set and you would do it again and again and again and again, and you would then scale those ads. Once you have 10 winning ads that have passed those 72-day rule, once you have 10 winning creatives that have passed the 72-hour rule and the 3-day rule, you'd essentially duplicate all of them into a CBO campaign. In that CBO campaign, the difference is you would just put the ad budget at the campaign level and let them all run within one ad set, and then set that at £50 per day, and then scale every 3 days at 30%. Now, going back into the campaign, once you've launched this, how do you get the fulfillment? We're going to use a company called TeamDrop. So as you can see here on my screen, going into TeamDrop to show you how to fulfill these orders. Now look, TeamDrop is one of the best in my opinion. I've obviously got a lot of manufacturers that are my own. I'm not going to share on this video. Those are for my private inner circle members. But TeamDrop I've used and are fantastic. They deliver within 8 days. The communication is great. They have very, very high competitive rates. So I would definitely use TeamDrop if you are looking to get fulfillment from someone that is trusted. And this is their website here, TeamDrop. You click start dropshipping, you connect your store, they will give you an agent to speak to. The English is very good and communication is fantastic, like I just said. Now, that is how you can scale a winning e-commerce business in 2026 to 100K a month. We have done this exact strategy across multiple brands, multiple success stories, and multiple clients that are doing high 5 figures every single week and are doing multi 6 figures every single month using this exact strategy. Now, once you progress and you get more sales, you can then invest into UGC, paying creators on places like Fiverr or Upwork to essentially create more on-brand videos for your business. But at the start, you can use Google's Gemini to create the ads for you to scale your brand to 100K per month very, very fast. This is the exact strategy that I have used and my clients have used to scale stores to over 100K a month over the past 365 days. Now, if you want to work with me and my team to scale these brands past 100K per month, contact me on Instagram at Omar_Robert_Tinsley. Me and my team will reach out to you directly and we'll see if you'll be a good fit. Hope you've enjoyed this video. See you on the next one.